It was the sound of her fork scraping the plate that gave her away. Not her words, not her tone, just that sharp metallic tremor. It lasted a second too long, like her hand was shaking, like guilt had nerves. She couldn't meet my eyes when she said it. "We're not going this year." A pause. "My sister's bringing her boyfriend. She wants a family only." Then came the real hit. "My job embarrasses her." No sugarcoating, no soft landing, just the truth dropped cold between us. I stared. She looked anywhere but at me. A moment passed. Maybe two. "I understand," I said, my voice flat, steady. She picked up the plates, and I let her. The lie was too clean, too rehearsed. Mel, her sister, never liked me. Said I was too basic once. She joked about it at a family dinner, right after I rebuilt their damn deck for free. But this wasn't about embarrassment. This was strategy. A chessboard. And she was moving her pawns to protect something she thought I'd never see. I started watching her quietly that week. She smiled at her phone too much. Went out for groceries twice, came back with nothing fresh. Deleted her call log. Thought I wouldn't notice. But I always notice. I stayed calm. Nodded when she said they'd FaceTime during dinner. Even smiled when she left Thanksgiving morning, hair curled the way I hadn't touched in months. Perfume behind ears I hadn't kissed in longer. She thought she'd won. I let her think that. 5 days. That's how long it took. 5 days of checking app data, tracing IP logs, and using a burner email I'd made 2 years ago just in case this day ever came. She never thought I was clever enough. Never guessed I had systems, methods. She married a man who fixed leaky pipes, installed HVACs, rewired subpanels. She just didn't realize I could rewire lies the same way. And that boyfriend, Mel's new boyfriend, the one meeting the family. He wasn't new. Hell, he wasn't even Mel's. He was hers. My wife's old flame she never let die. Different name now. Different state. But I followed his LinkedIn, checked his company's travel records, Denver, Columbus. Then Thanksgiving weekend right here in our state. Just 3 towns over. He wasn't coming to meet the family. He already had. The proof came that night. My buddy Eric manages a liquor store near the cabin rentals out east. I showed him the guy's photo. Told him he might have stolen something. Eric pulled the security footage. There they were, arm in arm, laughing. My wife wearing the same coat she told me she was donating last week. I printed one still image. Her smiling. Him behind her. Hand in her back pocket like he owned her. She looked younger in that picture. Happier. Freer. I waited for her to come home that night. Smelling like his cologne buried under winter air. She didn't notice the photo sitting on the table until her shoes were off. Then silence. Then her breathing changed. She just stared at it, then at me. Like I was someone she didn't know. I handed her the cabin receipt, her name, his card, their lie. Still, I said nothing. And that silence, that's what broke her. Later, there was a knock at the door. 3 people. Mel, red-faced and confused. Her mother, furious but holding it in. And him, the boyfriend. "Why the hell would you?" Mel started. "Sit down," I said. "Open the door wider. Let them in." My wife sat in the corner, folded in on herself like a crumpled photo. I laid everything out. Piece by piece, booking slips, timestamps, phone logs, the photo. No yelling, no drama, just proof. Mel stared, speechless, then finally choked. "You." The boyfriend tried to leave. I stepped in front of the door. "So?" I said flatly, "You meet the family?" He said nothing. I turned to my wife. "I wasn't invited," I said. And I meant it. Her eyes filled with tears, but I didn't care. I looked at her mother. "You raised 2 daughters," I said. "One who lies to her husband, and one who lies to herself." Her mother left first. Then Mel. He stayed for a second, mouth half open, trying to find words. "Look," he started. "No," I said. "You don't get to speak." He didn't try again. I never told her to leave. I didn't have to. By morning, she was gone. Took only what she needed. Left her wedding ring. Left her excuses. I sat at the kitchen table, still set for 2. Coffee cold and bitter. No pity, no sadness. Just clarity. She thought silence was weakness. Mistook my work boots for ignorance. Believed betrayal only hid in shadows. But I work in crawl spaces. I know what lives in the dark. Some people hide their filth under the floorboards. Me? I just bring a flashlight.